Captain's logs.
Han Solo. I'm captain of the Millennium Falcon.
This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation starship Enterprise.
Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel.
You're listening to Captain's Logs and Lightsabers, part of the Geek News Now podcast network.
Alright, we're into the streaming aspect. Welcome everyone viewing, and thank you for viewing. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons. With our... On the right hand side here, you'll see the little frame with everyone's video in it. Sadly, I'm having issues with my camera, so you will not see me. You'll see a nice cityscape from Discord. But starting from the top... Yeah, you'll see Billiam. Below him is John, our DM. Next to him is my wife Kristen, who will be playing an Elven Ranger. Below him or her is Evan, and last but not least, the Jordan. So, all right, John, take us on an adventure.
Right. So, I'd like to welcome you first to our first episode, and just to set the stage. For the past 6 months, you've been traveling on a ship bound for a new world by the name of New Morovia. You are sent from your home country of, ironically enough, Morovia. And you've been charged by Emperor Leandro to help provide a good assessment of this new settlement. This ship, which you've received passage on, is carrying forth cargo to this new world. Food, supplies, arrows, bolts, seeds, etc. Interestingly enough, there are no guests yet allowed in New Morovia. However, the Emperor has asked this favor of the Explorers Guild, and your guild has risen to the challenge, and the 5 of you have been sent to explore, to chart, and to help this new settlement. This ship is captained by a Sea Forged by the name of Captain One-Eye. Now, Sea Forged, as your characters would be well aware, are automatons. They are animated constructs with some limited sentience. And this Sea Forged crews a vessel of massive size, and he has an entire crew of what they call Modrons. Modrons, if you're not familiar, are these clockwork machines which perform work expertly once the task is assigned. This makes them perfect crew. And because the journey is no less than 6 months in good weather, having a crew that does not require food, sleep, or drink is absolutely critical. So this is where we will begin, with the 5 of you at the end of a very long, sea-ridden journey. And I'll ask that you take the time now to introduce yourselves, making up for lost time over the past 6 months. Why did you come to this new world? Why did you accept the offer from the guild? And, more importantly, what brings you here in other senses, perhaps not just financial, but what is your character's personal reason for being here? So maybe we can start, and I will ask perhaps Rin to begin.
Putting you on the spot.
All right, newbie.
Yep, that is me on the spot. Well, I am here today to get out of my rut and get on an adventure. I'm out. So,
All right. Do you want to describe what Rin looks like? And
sure. She, well, Well, she carries a bow. That's her weapon of choice. She's got, let's say, where's my guy? Where's my girl? Where'd she go? Also, I'm technically challenged in real life here, so. Anyway, she has like long blondish colored hair, and she's, we'll say she has an average build. She's ready to help out.
I lost John. I can't hear him anymore.
Awesome. So what's her class and profession?
Ranger. Well, she is a ranger,
Okay.
and I'm sorry, she's an elf ranger.
Okay. Is Rin handling the sea voyage well? Like, has she just grown used to the fact that the ship never settles, or?
Yes, she's good with that. She has grown fond of the ship never settling.
Good. Awesome. All right. Severin?
I'm Severin Saurin. I am a human warlock, at least from what you guys can see. I'm on an adventure to right a wrong that's happened in my past. All the clues have led me this direction. So whenever the opportunity to take the voyage across the ocean with the guild has helped me get one step closer to ending my means. Severin has a very stoic outlook on life, so he was wronged in the past, and so he's kind of not a downer, but just kind of like a plain Jane. Doesn't get overly excited about things, but when needed, he can be emotional. So
All right.
he's a scythe wielding warlock, so he's a body representation of death, like a manifestation of death himself. So
Yikes. Okay. All right. Smoke, would you like to carry the baton forward?
Sure. I am playing Smoke, the Tabaxi Rogue. The reason he decided to take this journey was he saw endless opportunity. He's very anxious in making as much wealth and causing as much trouble as possible that he could get away with. Loves a sense of adventure. He figures it's a new, untouched land, probably untold riches. He can make a name for himself, be famous, be historically one of the best rogues he could possibly be. He's not loving the sea so far. He's very antsy. As a Tabaxi, he just wants to be moving and doing something, so he's been stuck on a boat with nothing to steal really for the last 6 months. So he's probably tried to, cause some kind of trouble, be it gambling or well, the ship, the crewmates aren't even human, so they probably wouldn't even have a need to gamble. So he's probably just itching to get off this boat at this point, bordering going mad.
I can imagine. All I can think right now is your Tabaxi, like taking one of the Mojons, which are tiny creatures. Like, they're only like the size of a softball or like a grapefruit. Like, I can imagine your Tabaxi like just batting it around, like knocking it off. Like,
He's probably come down to the point where if there's any rats on the ship, he's just spending the days hunting them down. Like, he's just gone feral cat at this point.
I can see it. I can see it. Okay. Well, welcome aboard. All right, now maybe we'll turn over to Tyrus Hammerfell or Hammerfall.
My guy's Tyrus. He's half elf, and he's pretty much adopted by a church and raised by the Church of Onatar, god of crafting. And when he's not doing novice paladin stuff, he's usually picking up work, trying to do some sort of smith stuff, fixing miscellaneous metal pieces, be it armor, but in this case, I guess it would be like assisting shipsmith or offering shipsmith for 6 months straight to try and keep my mind off of things. And probably like Evan, I'd be eager to get off the ship.
Yeah. I think it's interesting, Tiris, because over the past 6 months, considering your skill with craft work, um, Captain One Eye, the Sea Forged, has probably asked for your help in doing small repairs, and as a result, has given you an extra 10 gold to start the game with, as like a thank you
Come
for the
on!
repair
I
work
have
you've
no
done.
money. I have $0 to my name, and you're just handing out to
I
everyone
didn't
else.
want to ask about that because even in like 6 months, after probably like 3 or 4, I'd be like, "Give me anything to work on. Give it to me." Like,
Just go.
but yeah, I mean, like with smithing and stuff, my guy would be very familiar with people, projects, and like what's next to work on or what's next to build. So yeah, these waking up, seeing these things do the crew job, going to sleep, seeing these things do the crew job, and just like a handful of people, and mainly just things that don't sleep, eat, have fun, have feelings, or something like that. I'm like, okay, is there even a small island we can go and just like, I don't know, have a drink on or something? But for the most part, he's very good-willed, very good-natured, and like I said, raised by a church. He knows a lot of prayers, and anyone who's interested in crafting would probably know him. His background's a folk hero, so he'd probably be famous for like helping more poor folk or something like that, or just if you need a hand or something like that. He's just a pretty good-natured dude, but very low-level paladin stuff, so not really quite the badass.
Yeah, but you know what? For a ship full of automatons and mechanoids, the fact that you can help repair things is always helpful to them. All right, and last but not least, the minstrel of our side.
So least.
Oh.
He's very least.
Well, Zaven, would you like to introduce your character?
Sure. I appear as a human bard. Reason I'm adventuring, honestly, is running away from someone I wronged, trying to avoid them. They don't know that it was me. In reality, I'm actually a changeling, but nobody here knows that. They've only known me ever as this human bard. In this persona, he's very happy-go-lucky. Nothing really bothers him. He does look for any way to entertain himself or others, going so far as to causing mischief. For instance, I can see him on this ship looking for ways that, something that Jordan's character just fixed, somehow jerry-rigging it to not be fixed. That kind of thing.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. So you
Son is
like
not gonna like you.
I'm gonna love you.
I feel like Zaven and Smoke will get along very well because like poor Tyrus is just trying to like fix things and like make himself useful, and you both are just like, I wonder what happened if we push this over.
Exactly. What's this button do?
I just
Yeah,
fixed
like
that.
they heard me and the captain arguing, like, dude, I fixed that twice over the past week, all right? And they're just outside the door, like, laughing, like, let's do it a third time.
All right. Well, so as your journey, your 6 months has gone and past. This has been I would like to say eventful, but honestly, it's just been boring. Which I suppose in this long of a sea journey, you want boring. But just to put it in perspective, your ship is crewed by creatures that do not need to sleep or eat or drink, and it has taken 6 full months to get here. So imagine what that would be for the first explorers who had to do this as humans before the Sea Forged came along and were able to conduct these journeys. But on this lovely day, the sun begins to set, and you've grown quite accustomed to these beautiful sunsets. You're closer to the equator, so the sun just lingers a little bit longer. The mechanical wiring of the Modrons has become super comforting to you over these past few months. And so as you settle in for another relaxing evening, and for some of you, mine, like, crushingly boring evening, there's a sound of no less than a dozen alarm bells coming from, of course, one Modron, who just spurts out with, like, horns and klaxons and bells and ding-ding-ding, ding-ding-ding. Tons of noise. And this, by itself, startles you into a state of readiness. Expecting to see a sea monster or a pirate ship or something along those lines, you're pleasantly surprised when just off in the distance you see smoke rising off of what appears to be the tip of a peninsula. As the ship approaches closer, the peninsula grows into what you can expect to be called New Morovia. And this you see on your screen here as the map. Most of it is uncharted because despite being founded 2 years ago, they have not explored much past the initial settlement, which is known as Lethanders Landing. The ship slowly makes its way into the ramshackle port. This port is loosely constructed. Boards are barely held together. And honestly, despite being 2 years old, it has not been improved since its creation. The dock is worse for wear. As you approach and land on the dock in Lethanders Landing, you will notice that the town itself mirrors the same experience. Loosely constructed wooden buildings, mud-thatched roofs, and street lamps which appear to have not been lit since they were first constructed. It is here we begin our journeys. You step off of the ship and onto the dock. Evening is quickly approaching, and crews are rapidly unloading things from this ship and loading it again with barrels of spices, herbs, and very rare spell components. One of the main reasons why Emperor Leandro wanted you to explore this island and this continent further. You are greeted as you step off of the ship by the town's foreman, a leathery-skinned gnome named Sparkle Fuzzy Toes. He greets you and says hello and welcome to Lethanders Landing.
Greetings.
Well, hello.
I was expecting more of a hardened crew. You seem new and useless.
We were expecting a settlement. I know the feeling.
We've been on a quite long journey too, so a little bit of seasick in there, and just wanting to get off and stretch our legs.
Well, you only have a few minutes before sundown, and I do encourage you, please get into our common house as quickly as you can. Night does not do well for us here on the island.
Can you explain?
I'm so afraid of the dark. Why haven't the torches been lit?
You're very observant. I'm sorry, what are you, a cat?
I saw that too. I was going to bring that up. He just beat me to it.
Wait, we have a cat?
Boxy, thank you.
You go ahead and roll me a insight check. Smoke.
Cheat.
Sorry, everybody.
12.
12.
You're all right, Jordan. Do what you got to do.
You get the sense from the foreman, Sparkle, that there's a genuine fear behind him as he is trying to greet you, and he wants you inside. He's only here because he knows that there are people, and that's about it. But you can sense it's true fear. It's not malice. It's genuine.
Besides the common housing area, is it is there an actual general layout of the settlement? Is there walls?
Yes. So I'm pulling up the screen here once it loads.
All I see is Evan.
Give it a second. It just might take a second.
Jordan. How do I add my guy?
Hang on.
Or am I in there?
It shouldn't matter because there's no. That's why.
Yeah.
Save changes.
Yeah, it's my cursor. So.
There you go.
Okay.
So, to give you a sense of what you've walked into, imagine, if you will, it's like early settlement of the U.S. So, 1600s New England. So we're talking log post fences, barely held together. The streets are mostly just packed dirt. The houses are clustered together very closely, almost as if they're huddling together for warmth. And the entirety of this whole space couldn't be more than a few city blocks. So it's a very small settlement, very tight together. There are, like I said, like you pointed out, lampposts, but those lamp lights have not been lit since. After you made your mention, he is terrified about that, and doesn't wish to speak too much out in the public. Other than that, there are a few buildings. So there's the common house, there's a couple of farmhouses, and then there's like a small store. Imagine this.
Investigate a little bit and see if I can indirectly prod him on like what dangers might he be walking into. Because I'm not gonna just go sit in a cot and be like, yeah. Meanwhile, the only thing dividing me and a dragon is a straw hut. So,
How long have they been here?
They've been here for 2 years. So you would expect. Good.
I will elect to head towards the safe house after mentioning that the torches must not be lit because he can't reach them.
You see, like almost comedically fuming, Sparkle just kind of like puts his hands up, like on like the sides of his chest, as if he's like mock angry, except he's really angry, and then he just kind of shuffles off.
I'm gonna raise my finger like I was about to ask the question, and then look at the cat.
The really quick, let's handle that in order. So Severin, you wanted to investigate, so go ahead and roll an investigation check. And is there something specific you're looking for?
Do you want a passive investigation check, or do you just want an actual check?
No, active is fine.
All right. Let me get to my skills on here. I'm sorry. I'm doing this via my phone. So, boom. All right. I got an 11.
Okay. And is there something specific you're looking for?
Just like the without spoking him, is there any way that he can kind of mention what kind of dangers that like he obviously seems frightened that something's going to happen if we don't get inside. So why?
Good question. So he you cautiously try to prod him, maybe lean a little bit more into your dark aura around you. And he says, "Look, let's talk, but let's talk inside. I don't want to be out here after dark."
All right.
And somebody else had said something, and I missed it.
Next was Evan.
Evan.
Yeah, I made the short joke, and I started walking towards the hut.
Okay.
But you still haven't answered the question why the torch isn't lit.
He kind of like looks around and says, like, we'll talk inside. It's too dangerous out here.
I should probably speak up like, all right, let's go inside. I'm tired of hearing that already. Let's go inside and talk about this. Okay, let's go inside. Everybody inside.
Is he afraid, or is he just done with this and moving along?
Probably a little both. Afraid of the unknown and just like, all right, let's go. Like, the quicker we find out, the quicker we're better armed.
Understood. Okay. So you head inside. Give me a second. I can actually load up an in scene that I have. So you head inside, and it's honestly, this is where most people are. Obviously, there's a couple of people in the town that are in their own homes, but a lot of people seek the safety and comfort of familiarity inside of this pub. So inside of this, there's a bard playing a nice little tune, and it seems as if there's nothing wrong, and there's plenty of light in here, which is a stark contrast to outside, where it seems almost pitch black.
Are there any windows from inside?
There are. And each of them have a curtain fully drawn, almost like blackout curtains.
Using divine sense, do I sense any keen good or evil?
Inside, no.
All right. Then, as well as you guys know me, I'd probably nod at you like, look, it's pretty safe in here. I don't sense anything. Because at this point, you guys are probably the best. Like, we all know each other, and we're the only ones who's like are even kind of together. So, I mean, as far as like how well you know me, I'm just nodding like, okay, it seems pretty legit.
All right, so we're inside. So you want to tell us what's going on?
Yeah. So he sits you down over here by the fire, like kind of over in this general area. He sits you down over here by the fire, and he says, "Look, this place is a wonderful fountain of wealth. Spell components, herbs to make potions you've never even heard of, magic energies that are just amazing to behold. But with that comes evil, an evil I've not seen before. Being a paladin of Lethander myself, and as he says that his armor glows a nice little soft glow, I find this
Suck
even
up.
too terrifying for me. No matter what we do outside, no matter how much light we create, it gets snuffed out immediately. During the day, everything runs as normal. So the first few days we were here, years ago, we slept on the ship while the town was being built. The light doesn't get snuffed out inside, as you can see, and he gestures around to all of the lights. And it's at this point you notice that the room is full of light. If there's not a shadowy corner, there's no way for a thief to sneak around. It is blanketed in lights. In fact, everybody even walks around if they're going to their rooms upstairs or crew members with candles on them, just to show an extra little bit of light. Once nightfall comes, you hear a small bell ring. This is between his story, and a bartender walks out and locks the door with a solid thunk as the door locks up. From here, the minor distraction is past, and Sparkle turns back to his story. He shares that the island seems to be rebelling against us, but the rewards are too great, and the Emperor is expecting much from us. And so this is why we're here. And I'm sorry we couldn't tell you this up front, and sorry we couldn't tell you this 6 months ago, but if we did, you probably wouldn't have come.
Had me at wealth.
I would have came. All paths lead to this.
Ditto, especially if you guys needed help. I would have come even more urgently.
I appreciate that. But luckily for us, there's nothing we can do tonight, and I'm sure you're tired from your journey. And as such, I've cleared out 2 rooms for you upstairs. I know there are many more of you than that, but hopefully you don't mind sharing a bed. There's not much spare space, as you can imagine. And it reflects a little bit on how tiny the town is and how it hasn't been able to grow. He shows you to your rooms, and these rooms are small, not adorned with much. There's a large bed, comfortably, that can fit 3 people. There's a small writing desk and a chest. And a small window in case you want to peek out outside. And that's about it. Sparkle kind of pauses. Are there, do you have any questions? Or I'm sure your mind is full of them, but what can I answer for you tonight? We have early work to do tomorrow morning, don't forget.
Just one for me. Is it even safe to sleep with the lights out? I noticed that there's not so much as a shadow.
I think it will be fine. Most of our folks do. Considering it's difficult to get up here on the 2nd floor. You'll notice we'll keep the entirety of the ground floor and the basement blanketed in light. But up here you should be okay. I just wouldn't open the window if I were you.
I was just gonna. Was gonna lead into my question. If I wanted to go outside, is it forbidden?
It's not forbidden. But we needed your help, and it took us 6 months of waiting for you to come here. So no need to throw away your life foolishly.
I'll opt to retire into whatever room he designates as mine.
I'll do the same.
Okay. Is there any other thing? So Sparkle Toes bids you a good night. He then turns into his own room. Is there anything else you'd like to do? You can still, of course, get food and drink and socialize. There are still people here, but
I want to go.
You can see every. Okay.
I want to go downstairs and check for rumors.
Okay.
I want to see what people think's going on besides the island, the nonsense of the island not wanting them there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, 4th edition had a skill called Streetwise, and I believe Pathfinder did as well. 5th edition does not, and it's one of its worst things. So how are you going about finding rumors? Are you trying to do this casually, like you're like a good buddy chum kind of a person?
I'll go down to the bar to begin with, and maybe just order a drink, and if there's any other patrons there, do like a investigation.
Okay.
I can do a passive or a roll if you need me to.
Go ahead and do an active investigation, and the beer will be 1 copper, but that'll fill you for the whole night.
Okay. Boom. Rolling. All right.
Yeah.
You see, I got 16.
16.
Sorry, I kind of wanted to go with him on that, but I did have one question for the what's his face. It's where the forge would be, and since we're in the building, I guess it really doesn't matter. But I do want to go with him and like just try and gather some basic information about this place.
Sure.
I'll buy
You
Jordan's
do learn.
beer too.
Okay. So you do.
Broke as shit. You can't buy me beer.
I have money. I have very little money.
You have.
I will enjoy his charity.
There we go. You got plenty. You have 3 gold and 5 silver. That's plenty at this level. Things get expensive later, but now you're fine. So there is a forge. There's quite a large one actually, and that's where they make all of the, drilling supplies, mining supplies, things like that. Sparkle does offer, look, you can use it if you'd like, but this is a kind of take what you use, give what you take kind of a community. So, if you're going to go down there for your own purposes, just, and you see a broken hammer, try to fix the hammer if you can, and you have the skill.
You said what? 1 copper.
I assure him that I understand what he means. That it's a communal need at this point, and not to be greedy about things.
Exactly. And then yes, it's 1 copper per beer, so per person. So if you're buying for everybody, it'd be 1 copper per person.
Is everyone coming with us?
I'm just gonna sit around.
I'm gonna quickly survey my room just to make sure that there's no surprises waiting in the middle of the night.
There are none, so you're good.
But I will then follow.
Okay.
I'll follow. I'll be speaking with the performer there.
Okay. We'll come back to that in a second. But Rin, anything you would like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the gossip, so I'm gonna talk to some, I guess, fellow female patrons, if there are any.
Okay. Yeah, there's a couple lady folk floating around.
He's a certified girl club infiltrator.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, as you poke around, there's actually a small knitting circle happening where they call it a stitch and bitch club. I know, right? So, hang on a second. Let me just get you.
Are these old ladies knitting? No.
What's that? No, they're actually mostly young people because everybody has to chip in, right? You need to make the clothes and things. But the one woman that is probably the most interesting to talk to is by the name of Valanis. I'll put her name in the chat just so you can see it. Valanis is a half elf, and she is ripped. I mean, like, she could bench press a Mack truck. Obviously, people go to her for protection. She is probably one of the strongest strongest people there, between men, women, or otherwise, with the exception of the half orc in the corner who, even if he never lifted a day in his life, could still bench press the entire building. All that said, Valanis will very confidently tell you that she is one of the town's protectors. She's part of the Day Watch, but she used to be part of the Night Watch, but she will tell you that got disbanded fairly quickly once they started losing members left and right. Now the orders are simply to stay inside and keep yourself protected.
What did I find out at the bar with my 16?
Yeah. With you have found that while you're out at the bar, you're talking. Most of the rumors are the same. There's horrifying sounds at night. Sheep will wake up. They'll wake up, and then the sheep will be slaughtered. Things will be tipped over and broken, almost as if there are bandits running through the town, but they don't hear the sound of footsteps, and usually you'd think it would be quieter. And then go ahead and roll me a performance check, Chris. I want to see how Severn reacts when he hears something absolutely absurd.
Sorry, let me find my skills on my phone. And you said performance?
Performance.
Boom.
Yeah, you're trying to kind of
16.
Steal your 16. Okay, you're stealing yourself. So when you hear this news, you're not going to kind of let on that it's different or a shock. One of the most credible rumors you find out is that there is a ruins not too far from town. Now this should come as a complete shock because this is an abandoned, completely deserted island. At the very least, this part of it that you've settled on.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that there's a ruins means that something was here and no longer is.
So there was a past civilization here at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I won't withhold my information. I'll divulge all of it to the rest of the group for now.
While he's gathering information, can I try to steal his beer?
Yes, roll a sleight of hand check.
Bill it. I thought you'd be knocking it over.
Damn it. Probably not.
What did you roll?
A 9.
9. Yeah, Severin, like he's really like involved in this story. He's having the conversation, and then there you go. Like you're like kind of like a cat who's like sneaking up, but like it's a big cat. So like it's like I don't know if you have cats, but like my cat is 23 pounds. He'll hide behind like a tiny little toy as if he's hidden. That's what happened to you. You're like, nobody can see me, as you reach your paw over to grab the beer. And Severin like mindlessly just grabs his scythe, moves the beer just a little bit out of reach, and then continues his conversation.
Gonna sigh defeated and put my head down and walk away.
I'm gonna grab a piece of lint from my pocket and throw it. Go get it. Go get it.
And Zavin, you were approaching the bard.
Yeah.
What do you? He's just finished up a song.
Pretty much just gonna chat him up a bit to put him at ease, and then try to get whatever information I can. Well,
Okay.
I'm going to ask Chris if he'd buy me another beer.
Is Severin going to buy him another beer?
Did we lose?
He didn't hear you. But
Sorry.
they asked if you're gonna buy Bill.
Can Severin buy me another beer?
No, one and done. Do I look like I'm made of money?
He says with his like gold adorned cloak.
My cloak is not gold. If anything, it's tattered and all that.
Okay, so let's go, Zaven. You're talking to the bard. Once he realizes that you share a trade, he's a little bit more open to discussing things with you. So he starts to say, and first he says, look, before we talk, they're expecting a show. Will you join me?
Sure.
What instruments do you play?
I have a viol. I play a viol. I play the what is it? Viol.
Bagpipes.
It was bagpipe. I changed it in case you guys were gonna hate me. Lute, pan flute, and viol.
Okay. He asks if you could play the what are they called? The pan flute.
Bagpipes.
Sure.
So
I
his name.
don't have any. Do you have some with you?
He does, and he grabs an old set, clears the dust off, and says, "Here, you can keep these when you're done. I don't want your spit on my instruments anyway."
Cool. Free
His
stuff?
name.
I always take free stuff.
Yeah, his name is Bilbos Naddledibble, and he asks if you know the song "The King's Lament."
You're screwed. You are so screwed with that name.
I would probably know that if it's a common one.
Sure, it's up to you. We're making this up as we go.
Sure.
Okay. So you and him play this beautiful song, which everybody else, by the way, like everybody else that's in the bar is just enthralled by this. Your party, however, has heard this song probably too much over the past 6 months.
Shut up.
It sounds like, because there's a pan flute, it sounds like that really awkward spa music you hear when you go to get like a cheap spa. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if somebody were to say namaste at the end of this, you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. But the song concludes, and everybody in the tavern's absolutely ecstatic. Can everybody except for Zaven make me a charisma saving throw?
Oh.
And
Click on your character.
And if you are an elf and you have advantage against charm, you can roll with advantage.
So you do have advantage. Mute me real quick.
Oh wait, pause.
You're half elf, so you might have it as well. The elven heritage.
It's a charisma check, right?
It's a charisma check. Yeah, Tyrius, let's look at you.
I got a modified 20.
Okay.
Kristen rolled a 7 and an 8 with advantage, so.
Yikes. Okay.
All
I
right,
got a
hold on.
10.
Let me
So
do mine real
Tyrius,
quick.
you pass. Smoke, you fail. Rin, you fail.
Yeah.
And then we're waiting on Severin.
Oh, I'm sorry. My phone acted up. I have to get back into my character sheet. I got a 13.
13, you pass.
It rolled off of a freaking 19. Stupid thing.
So, those that failed their charisma saving throw, you are now charmed by this bard, including your friend Zaven, who up until that point you thought, wow, that song, I couldn't hear it anymore. But now, all you want to do is hear that song again.
Please, no.
Only the people that failed.
Right.
So really, it's Rin and Smoke who are like, yes, encore, the same thing again.
Again!
Can I roll a knowledge arcana to see if this is a healthy charmed or a fucking with me charmed?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll an Arcana. You're aware that you were attempted to be charmed.
I'll do the same, if that's okay.
You passed, right? So yeah, you can.
Well, I have to say, any charm that you don't want to be charmed is not a
I got a
healthy
7.
Yeah, this is just the music overcoming and you just weren't feeling that song.
Okay.
So,
Jordan and I are tired of this bullshit.
Oh my god, Aaron, chill. Sorry, I'm trying to find my thing. Hang on 1 second.
take your time.
So I rolled an 11 on the arcana.
Okay. You know that it's a charm. You can't tell if it's malicious or not. But judging by your friends, it's not like they're about to go do anything unwilling. Like they want to hear more. They feel elated. And for those of you that failed, in addition to wanting to hear the song again, you just feel content and happy, almost as if the fear has gone away.
I live in the fear.
Yeah. Now, Zaven, because you're skilled in these arts, you know what's happening. This is simply a bard's spell, which allows them to. It's effectively the spell bravery, and it allows them to feel less afraid of the outside. Bilpus tells you, look, I don't like to do it often, but sometimes the town needs a little comfort. Yeah. So, is there anything else anybody would like to do? So I think we heard about the ruins. We played a couple of good songs. Well, arguably good songs.
I wanted to try a science project or
Okay.
science experiment. So the room that I was assigned,
Yeah.
I would like to go up there,
Okay.
close the door, kill the lights, and peer out through the curtain to see if I could see anything in the city happening.
Can I roll perception to see if he's going to go do this? Because I was going to do the same exact thing.
I feel like if you were both going to do the same exact thing, you'd both would have made the same small step, made connected eyes with each other,
Okay.
and then
Regardless,
we
I
know
was
what
going to
we're
do the
talking
same
about.
thing. Don't look out the window, and I'm going to be sticking my head out the window. So
Especially since I'm not scared of it now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not just curious.
Did I get any information out of that bard?
You heard the same thing about the ruins, but this time you heard that he did go outside once, and all of a sudden he felt this cold presence, almost as if you're in a tropical area. It should be warm, but it almost was very frigid. He could see his own breath when he stepped outside. It was terrifying to say the least.
Ghosts, sisses.
So as you peek outside, so let me go ahead.
So Ev, you and I will be in the same room for that purpose.
Yeah. As you poke your head outside, you see your room faces behind the building in a small little alcove. All the buildings, like I said, are kind of stacked right next to each other for safety. But this is like a little courtyard, mostly used for storage, but a courtyard nonetheless. But you can see a light coming from downstairs as if the back door is open. And you hear a scratching as the a creature or something on the crates and on the stone floors in this courtyard. Let me go ahead and move you guys over.
I was gonna say, can I roll perception to see if I
Yep.
can see said creature? Or
Yeah, go ahead. Both of you can roll a perception if you'd like.
12.
12. Okay. So
9. Dang it!
okay.
My digital dice suck.
My actual dice suck.
The 12 is enough. Whoever got the 12, you see this creature. I don't know if you can actually see it on the screen. If you zoom in, you can kind of get a good sense of what it looks like. It floats as if it's hovering. It has bone-like arms that are not human bone, but they looks like they once were, and it's scratching and trying to claw open a crate and get its way in. The door outside, the door below from the kitchen has been opened. So you can see kind of like the light emanating from that. And this is what is drawing the attention of this creature.
So the light is pulling them, or pulling it.
It's attracting it.
Yeah, it's attracting it, but now it's just attacking a random crate.
Yeah, it's like clawing into it. Like it's almost as if it's being like, it's trying to do its own research, or trying to dig and uncover. Imagine like a homeless person might dig through like a trash bag for good food.
Could I do like a knowledge, religion, or arcana to see if I've ever heard of any creature like this before?
Yeah, that would probably be history, actually.
History, okay.
Yeah.
Have that as well.
Dang it, I don't have that.
I do. I'll try it.
Do it.
Wait.
Sorry, I do have it, but I rolled a 16. I rolled
16.
a 16. Go ahead.
So I'm going to introduce a mechanic called help. So the way the help action works is you both make the same skill check and just take the higher of the two results. Technically, if you were to do rules as written, if Smokey were going to help Severin would just roll with advantage. But the way I run the help is you both make the same roll, and we just take the higher of the two result.
Okay. All right. So, Ev, if you want to roll, I got a 16, so. Mine's off a +0, though, so.
Damn it. I almost flew off the desk. That would be a 13 for me.
Okay.
So we'll take Chris's.
Yep. So the 16 tells you you have not seen one of these creatures before. You've seen passing memories, perhaps from a time that your patron shared with you. But you know this to be undead. And in fact, Tyrus, you kind of get the hunch of this. Like there's something, like your spidey senses are tingling a little bit. But you know them to be undead, and you know them to be reanimated. Meaning, they were dead, and somebody brought them back. So there is a higher power controlling.
Yeah. Huh. I will embark that information to Shadow.
That'd be it. Like,
and then I'm actually going to go and little side thing. Ev.
Yes.
Do you want to go tell everyone else, and you want to go slay this thing?
I think that we should tell Sparklefoot, the goblin.
Agreed.
That the door has been opened, and I want to do this quietly, but tell him that the villagers in here could possibly be in danger because the door is open. So maybe have him make some kind of an announcement for everyone to retire for their rooms. And then we could take care of things our own way. Meaning throw Jordan at it, because he's the holy man.
Me being me having the Reaper as my patron, though, too, I kind of feel a call to put balance back in the world right now. So knowing that this undead is walking, it kind of offends me. So
I didn't make this.
I know it's not.
Yeah,
you,
I got it. See.
So I'd say, yeah, let's do it that route. So we'll proceed back downstairs, not cautiously, act normal, and we'll go over to Twinkle Toes and tell him what's up. So
Sparklefoot, Twinkle Toes.
It was Sparklefoot, I thought.
We're gonna call him Glitter Bomb.
His name is Sparkle. Hold on, I forgot his name already. Sparkle Fuzzy Toes, and he's very sensitive about his name.
I'm gonna remember the hell out of that.
So you go downstairs, and Sparkle's already returned to his room. If you approach the bartender's name, by the way, is Regmek. He's a small dwarf, even by dwarven standards. His beard, most dwarves have a very full beard, but much like mine in real life, it's kind of patchy. So obviously the idea of being away from his dwarven homeland doesn't bother him. Regmek instructs you that where Sparkle's room is. But while you're in the basement, do you are you gathering your crew to go upstairs, or is it still just the two of you?
Well, we were.
Wait, I was going to say, were you guys in the basement? I thought you went up to your room.
We went up to our room to peer out.
Sorry, ground floor. I said basement. I meant ground floor.
Okay, I'm like, wait a minute. There's a basement.
I was under the assumption it was just Evan and I.
Yeah. Well, at this point, I would recommend to Severin that we divide and conquer. One of us gets the crew together, and one of us tries to go get Glitter Bomb.
All right.
Okay.
You go talk to Twinkle Toes, and I'll get the.
Oh, I'm his favorite person.
I'll talk to everyone else.
Here, hang on. I'm gonna put your minis on the table just so you guys can see them all.
Okay.
And what else are we waiting for? We need.
So was that door to the kitchen, or was it to the basement?
The door.
Somebody said to the back
It's
area,
over here.
loading dock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the back door. So your rooms would be on the second floor, facing this direction.
All right.
So for some reason I don't have. Here, I'll just use Acolyte. So this is we'll pretend that this is what's his name, Sparkle.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll ask the.
Wait, was he upstairs?
Barkeep. If he can tell me what room exactly he's in.
Yeah.
I have some information I need to give him.
Regmet nods and points you in the direction of his room. He tells you exactly where it is. It's not hard to find.
Okay.
A couple of quick knocks on the wall of the door yield no result. There's no answer. Nothing from the inside.
While this is going down, I'm gonna proceed forward, and I'm gonna stop at Rin first. Tell her we may have a situation. Kind of whisper it properly, saying hey, we need to group up. Yeah.
I'm gonna try the door handle.
Is she still knitting? Kristen wants to
No.
know.
Am I still cheering on the music?
Yeah. The bard's still putzing around. Bilbus, as his name was. Okay. But Rin, you're not enthralled enough that you can't separate yourself from it. The charm is more of just to keep your attention.
Gotcha.
Just keep your mind distracted from the horrors of the outside world. Okay.
I'm gonna try Sparkletoe's door handle whenever I'm up.
Okay, so it is locked.
Ev, I have you right here. What are you talking about?
Oh, kitten. So you you try the door handle and it's locked. Now it's a weak lock. Nothing in this building is particularly secure. So you can break it open, or you can try to lockpick your way through.
I will try to lockpick my way through.
All right, go ahead and roll a sleight of hand. If you have your lockpicks with you, you can add your proficiency bonus on top of your sleight of hand check. So for those new to 5th edition, let me look at Smoke's character sheet here. So you have sleight of hand, and that check mark means that you are proficient. So you roll with a +6. Okay. Since you have your, I'm assuming you're proficient in your thieves' tools, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So you can add your proficiency bonus again, which it says at the top of the sheet is +2. So you'd roll with +8.
That'd be an 18.
18. Much like a credit card and an old apartment doorway, It doesn't take much for you to you slide the lockpick in and it just unlocks on its own. It's not a particularly complex lock, and you do it so expertly none of your tools break, and you can even do it quietly enough if you'd like to sneak into the room.
We'll try to do that
All right.
because I
The
don't
room
want
is-
to spook the guy that already doesn't like me.
You enter the room. It is pitch black. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Okay. Everything is in tones of gray. You can see the curtains billowing in the breeze. The window is open. As you slowly make your way into the room, you can see it's obviously this is his personal living quarters, so there's tons of personal effects. His satchel, his bags, a bunch of clothes strewn about. It's a very well lived in space, but he's obviously made it his own. And then as you turn your attention to one of the bed in the corner of the room, you see his body lifeless. All the muscle tone he once had is gone. He looks emaciated, and he looks weak, much like somebody in their 90s.
Somebody's stealing my stick here. I'm gonna whack this thing on the head.
So, my first thought is going to be to get that window closed. Because I don't want whatever did it to be able to sneak back in super
Okay.
easily. And I don't know the 5e version. Is there a heal check or like some survival?
It would be medicine.
Medicine? Let me see if I have that.
Yeah. You can always do a skill, you just don't get the benefits if you don't have it learned.
I will attempt to do a medicine to see if he's got a pulse or unconscious or what the deal
After
is.
6 months on this ship, you would be aware you could call me up.
Actually, yeah. I will
Well, also while he's doing all that, I'm gathering everybody. So
Okay.
I will. So should for sake of kind of
play that out. Play that out first.
I was just say after I tell Rin what's up, I'm gonna go and meet the other two here and explain to them what's up
Okay.
and explain to them our game plan. So
Hey. So, I guess first off, what's your reactions to what Severin's telling you?
My guy's eyebrows would shoot straight up. He'd probably stand up like, "The fuck did you just see? Show me right now."
keep it down. We're trying not to cause a panic.
Oh,
You say
well,
the
if
word
you'd led
panic
with
into
that,
something
I
like-
would have been quieter.
Chris,
Can you zip over to the other picture?
Severin
Chris?
doesn't know what Smoke found, correct?
Say that again?
No, I know.
Yeah.
Severin does not know what Smoke has found.
Not yet.
Not the
Right.
dead
Not
body,
yet.
no, but I know
Not the
there's
body.
something outside.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I needed to know.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just explaining that,
Yeah.
hey, there's a bad thing outside, I think. I can actually tell that it's probably a bad thing. There's a floating creature outside. Kristen had to run to the restroom real quick, so I'm recapping her what happened.
I'm gonna aim my divine sense in that direction. Can I sense anything?
In the upstairs or the outside?
The outside, where I don't know anything about what's going on upstairs yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, the outside you can detect that it's undead. Like you get that sense. Your radar is going off.
And at that point, I'd probably like, Chris, are you gathering everybody up right now?
Yeah, if you can see the map, we're all together.
Did I see Smoke go upstairs,
Yeah.
or was he leaving stealthy? Like,
I imagine Smokey didn't go up like super stealthy, or at least
And
not.
I'm not trying to draw any attention on the chance somebody would see me, but I did also actively ask the bartender which room was his, so anyone could have seen me talking to the bartender and then heading up the steps.
all right, then I'm gonna suggest we go get him too. Group up.
When you said him, I thought you were about to say, I suggest we all get hammered. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a very D&D response. Well, people are dead. Might as well just go get hammered.
That's how we do it.
Once
Okay,
once that plays out, I'll just kind of calmly call down the steps to Jordan's character and ask if he could please come here for a moment.
Okay. Hang on.
Terrace? Terrace?
Yeah. Yes, could you please come here for a moment?
Okay. So let's handle things in parts. Which do we want to handle first? Do we want to handle the outside place, or do we want to handle the
Personally,
the upstairs.
I would be, after telling them, kind of making my way, if possible, towards that
Making
area,
my way.
because I don't want whatever it is coming inside and hurting anyone
Yeah.
else.
Okay.
Well, I don't even know the guy's upstairs dead, but hurting anyone is under my
Yeah.
assumption. So I will basically, how do I
secure that door?
how do I explain to the bartender that I need to see the kitchen real quick, nonchalantly?
Well,
Hey, your back door's open.
Yeah, and if
Well,
he
why don't
goes
we-
by himself, I'm like, no.
Y'all
That
are making me
guy.
just quickly be like, I don't know these guys. Like, I'm gonna get up to this room, and be like, the fuck are you doing in here? And then get down to the kitchen, like, the fuck are you doing in here?
Okay, well, so why don't we handle the upstairs first, and
Okay.
then we'll handle the downstairs? Does that work?
That's fine.
That works.
Okay, so let me go ahead and
So
bring you to the screen.
yeah, Smoke and
Figure.
Tyrus are upstairs. It's Tyrus or Tyrus?
Iris,
Tyrus. Okay.
I'm not too picky about it.
Sorry, hang on a second. Remember, Chris, I mentioned in the in my interview, it was like my favorite part is like you write this whole thing and then like 5 seconds in things change.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Whose fault?
You're welcome.
Is it my fault? Is it Jordan's fault? Bill's? Evans? Definitely
No,
Bill's fault.
it just this is one of those like it just seemed better if we did it this way kind of a things.
Ah.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna
okay.
like, maybe it's Evan's fault. We were gonna find the dead guy, but he found him early.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep,
he was
there.
let's put it this way: he was always gonna die. So,
Not Twinkle Toes. No.
Your mom is dead.
okay. So if I bring everybody over to this, I'm gonna add everybody just so you can kind of see what's going on.
That's fine.
But
it would just be
whoever's
between
not in
Evan- Yeah.
Yeah, whoever's not here just wouldn't be here. Okay, so up here so far it is Tyrus and Smoke. Smoke. Whoops, the room is over here, and let me put some lighting in here. Sorry. Sorry, hang on. Otherwise, everything gets dark. Okay, so I don't like this. Stand by 1 second.
Huh?
I'm gonna turn off token visibility. Now you should see the whole thing. There we go. Okay, so Shadow, you are able to get into this one room, or Smoke, you're able to get into this one room, and this is where you see the dead body.
Okay.
Loot it.
And I'm sorry, it was dark in here. I should probably have kept that where it was.
Loot it.
So, all right. So, Smoke, what do you do? Or Tyrus, what do you do?
What are you doing, Jordan? Why is your guy going in circles?
You're muted, Jordan.
I guess he'll identify if he's alive or dead.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a nature check. I mean, you can tell right off the bat he's alive or dead, or you can tell he's dead. But Tyrus, with your medicine check, you should be able to roll to see maybe the cause of death.
Give me 1 minute, please.
Take your time.
Yeah, we're just waiting.
I
Bill.
am massively conflicted right now.
What are you
Sure.
conflicted about?
Hold on.
There's a dead guy in this room. And he has stuff.
What's the conflict, man? Not gonna object.
Anyway, yeah, what was I rolling? Sorry.
You're rolling for medicine to see the cause of death. I mean, you can
I don't
tell
know
he's
if I'm
dead.
proficient in that, but
Medicine? You should be.
Yeah, and you don't need to be proficient to run a check. You just won't get the benefits.
I will do the assist, so you have advantage.
There you go.
all right. 15 on the die. Looks like +0.
Okay.
So
And if you
15.
want to, and you can roll with advantage since Smoke is helping you. So you roll again and take the higher of the two results.
Yeah, that was my second roll. The first roll was a 4.
I would like to point out, one of my first campaigns a million years ago, we had a character who, no matter what he did, could not, like, he was a paladin, but couldn't heal, couldn't medicine, nothing. But every time he tried to stealth, he would, like, crit. So he was just the sneakiest fucking paladin. The 16's enough. You can tell that he died. Everything would tell you that he died of old age. His bones were withering, his muscles started to decay, his heart just kind of gave out. He died of natural causes. This is strange considering he looked perfectly healthy not an hour ago.
With the news of undead, can I check for neck, like vampire stuff? Or
Yeah, go for it. So you can go ahead and roll for, are you going to investigate the room a bit? Or are you going to use a skill to do it?
I'm going to investigate the room.
Okay.
All right, then yeah, I'll examine the body, I guess, whatever that would be.
Okay.
What am I rolling there?
You can just go ahead and roll investigation, and then you can kind of poke around the body, poke around the room.
Ev's like, obviously this gold pouch here did it, so I'll just take
Exactly.
If you do take his gold pouch, he does have 19 gold and 3 silver.
Yep, taking it.
Okay, go ahead and add that to your
Persuade
inventory.
him not to do that.
Huh?
Can I roll a persuasion for him not to do that?
You're busy checking a body.
Yeah, you'd probably be too busy to even see that.
Guys, don't worry, dinner's on me.
What was it? 19 gold and 3 silver?
19 gold, 3 silver. Oops.
Just hurry up and pocket that away real quick. Leave it right where I found it.
Yep. Go ahead, and if you don't mind, in the room, Smoke, go ahead and put where you are searching. Anywhere
sorry.
is fine.
Was this the paladin that we were talking to?
This is the paladin you were talking to, the paladin of the Lethander. In your investigation tiers, one thing you notice is that his shield and the symbol of Lethander, the one that gives off light, is missing. Smoke, how does 16 versus your armor class sound? I'm sorry, hold on. I'm sorry, 15. I did math wrong.
I actually don't think that's a hit. Let me pull up my character. Oh, that is exactly a hit.
Okay, if it meet it to beat it. So this becomes immediately visible to you. Take 9 necrotic damage.
Holy crap.
I think I'm unconscious.
Are
No,
you?
I have 1 hit point.
Okay, and I need you to take 1 strength score damage.
Oh.
So your strength reduces by 1.
Okay.
All right. Wrapping around you is a shadow. Let me unhide it. So
John's
wrapping
coming out
around you.
swinging.
Yep. Wrapping around you is a shadow, visible only a little off kilter in the flickering light. This shadow very quickly, unless you're looking at it, it's hard to determine its exact location. Go ahead and roll for initiative.
Would Jordan get initiative too? Or?
Yep, everybody would roll for initiative. So I can go ahead and start the initiative order on here. I can, and if you remember on Forge, if you right click on your character and click on the little sword and shield, it'll add you into inventory.
Wait, so click my character.
Chris, these new dice suck.
Stop rolling sucky. Wait, on Forge do what?
Right click on your character sheet, or on your character's icon, and click the sword and shield.
Okay.
Yep. And then once you do that, you can click on the D20 to roll for initiative, and it reads right off your character sheet.
Do yours. Right click.
And for everybody else, if you'd like to roll for initiative, we'll say after the first round, you can kind of figure that something's up if you want to come up.
Wait, where should I be rolling for this though?
Yep.
Sorry.
So
if I just tell you
over on your right side there, where you just added your character.
Yep.
There should be a die that if you click on the die, it says roll for initiative.
So if you, let me zoom in on yours. Do you see the fist? You want to go to the fist.
Okay, fist. Oh, I see.
That's the chat. Next one over. There you go. You can click on the. Holy shit, Seven. How'd you get a 28?
Because I have a +9.
I was waiting for it.
I have the alert feat for human variant,
Yep.
and then I have a dexterity.
Okay. Yeah, Rin's already set in combat. So we'll skip Severin and Rin for this one.
Come
Smoke.
on.
After the first round of combat, you can come in. You'll figure out that something is up.
Yeah.
Like you'll
Oh,
hear
you skipped
scuffling
me
from
too.
downstairs. And we'll say we use your movement this first action just to get to here.
So am I effectively grappled? You said something wrapped around me?
It wrapped around you, but it's a shadow. There's no grapple effect. You're just you see the shadow, and then if you lose focus of it, it kind of goes away and you lose your bearings on where it is.
I don't think I have a means of attacking him, so I'm going to, I believe it's disengage.
As an action, okay. Why couldn't you attack him?
Because I have 1 hit point.
Yeah, that's a good reason as any.
He's getting out of dodge.
Yep. So you can disengage and move away, perhaps closer to the paladin who can heal you.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
speaking's still a free action, isn't it?
It is. It's like the old meme.
Right.
It's the whole shoot first, ask questions later.
Right.
But in D&D, it's
Yeah.
shoot and then ask questions while shooting because talking is a free action.
So I'll go up to Mr.
Tyrant's like a boo-boo.
Tyrus and say, "Ow, get it, get it, get it." And
Okay.
I'll point at the shadowy thing.
All right.
Actually, could I attack it? No, I don't have a cunning action yet, so I can't swing at it and then run away.
No,
Or can I?
No, because you would have to use your whole action to disengage.
Okay. 'Cause I know the cunning action covers that.
Yep. Once you get cunning action, you'll be able to do that without a problem. Okay. Zaven. Oh, I didn't see Tyrus roll into initiative here.
He's
Jordan.
Jordan.
Oh, it's my turn?
No, you got to roll
no,
initiative.
He's
you gotta
rolling
roll
into
initiative.
initiative.
Over on the right hand side, you'll see
Click
the
on the
fist.
fist up in the bar on the right side, and then you'll see your character, and there's a little die icon next to it. Click on the icon to roll initiative. There you go.
Ugh.
But Tyrus, it's your turn.
Yeah, you still go next.
When I got to the end of initiative order and realized he hadn't gone, I realized there was something up.
So
Whose turn is it now?
Yours. I just flew across
is
the
mine.
room. I looked beat to shit, and I said, get it, get it, get it.
Did I see any of that?
Mm-hmm.
So I saw it was a shadow?
So what you heard Smoke make whatever yelp noise that he made, and then run towards you, and they go, get it, pointing at a shadowy corner of the room. You can see that there's a creature there for the purposes of attacking, but you can also see that Smoke is looks visibly weaker. Like he is aging himself as well.
Is there full defense in 5e?
What is it?
Full defense. It's from 3.5. You get to add some to AC, but the only thing you're doing is actively like behind a shield, so there's not. All right.
No.
Is the door all the way open or cracked?
It is all the way open. It would be a bonus action if you'd like to close the door.
No, I'm actually trying to look to get into light.
I closed the door,
No, you do not steal my move.
locking them in the room with it.
And there's no light sources anywhere in the room?
No, it's completely dark.
What are the walls made of?
They're made
God.
of timber.
Timber?
Timber. Yep. They're still kind of rough. Like obviously the places where Tyr spends his time, they're smooth, but a lot of them are still very rough. So you
I guess
could...
I'll. Oh, sorry. What?
No, go ahead.
I was going to do a lay on hands to Evan, and if I can, move out of the room and suggest that he do the same thing.
You can do the same. So,
into the lit hallway.
Yes.
Which
the hallway is lit. Yeah, the hallway is lit. Okay, so Tyrus, you reach your hands out towards Smoke, and you give him a nice little pet, and in the process, are you healing for all 5 hit points?
Yeah, I'm a baby paladin, so yeah, that's all you get. 5. Make them count.
I'm at 6 now, so that's better than I was a second ago.
Okay.
And he looks back at you like, door, light, out. like, go, door, light, out, out, out.
All right. So Tyrus, you make your way outside into the lit hallway.
Yes.
All right. So then it is the Shadow's turn. And what is your passive perception, Smoke?
My passive perception is...
Passive perception.
Hang on, that's a new one on me. I gotta figure out where it's at.
There's 3 passive areas.
I'm looking at the character sheet through
13.
13?
It's on the left side there, Ev.
on the left side.
Yeah, where it says senses. Are you looking at your character sheet on the D&D Beyond?
No, I'm looking
on Forge.
I'm on Forge.
Forge, okay.
Yeah. So if you have your character sheet open, it'll be see where I can find.
Where is it?
Yeah, right.
Inventory features, maybe? No.
Yes.
No.
Effect? Shit.
Bio.
It's 10 plus 3, so 13.
Okay, let's start 13 then.
13. Okay. The shadow, despite you trying to find it, the shadow kind of melds itself in. You lose track of it, and it's you can't determine it from the other shadows in the room.
Proceed to poop pants on my turn.
All right. Now, Severin, downstairs, you heard a ruckus. You heard, a few, a panicked yelp. You heard pattering of feet on floor, and you, Rin, and Zaven rush up the stairs, and you can begin.
Damn cat.
Yeah, you can begin here. We'll say this is where you were able to get.
Okay. So I see Jordan run out into the hall.
Yep. So let's put Jordan over here.
I'll come up, then moving closer to
Iris would eagerly look at Smoke and say, hey, I told you to leave the fucking 19 gold alone. See, you pissed off something. What'd you piss off?
You don't know that I took it.
Why? It keeps saying I'm colliding with a wall.
There is a wall there. You kind of like move over here and then up, and then you.
Okay.
Yeah. Technically, there is a wall there.
I'll pull to about right here and ask the paladin, what is going on?
That's you, Tears.
Oh.
The other paladin's dead, so.
Some sort of shadow manifestation has hurt Smoke. He's right behind me, but I saw it with my own eyes. Some sort of shadow being is able to like take people whenever there's not enough light. So I honestly believe we should heed that guy's warning. Stay in light at all times, kind of like pitch black.
Is there in the hallway? Is there candles?
There are candles, yes.
Because I'm debating on if it'd be wise just grab a candle or to take a torch. I'll burn this motherfucker to the ground.
The building or the shadow?
Both.
Both.
Is it a bad idea to pull a torch out right now
I don't think so.
in this
I
setting?
mean, what do I know? I'm the DM, so.
I know, I'm asking you.
No, you can pull out a torch. You're not going to hurt anything.
All right, I don't want to cause a fire. I'll pull a torch.
All right. So let's go ahead and turn your torch on. So light animation, torch.
And then I'm gonna be a dumbass and 1, 2. My movement's 30. So I'll. Oh, what the hell's going
All right,
on?
come back.
All right. 1, 2, 3. I'll move to right there.
Okay, you're going to be in the doorway.
My movement speed's 30. Can I make it in like one more?
Yeah, we can just say, because the squares are off, we can just say you made it one more.
Okay, because I didn't know how this over here worked.
Yeah, it's
So
fine.
I'll make it into the room, noticing
Okay.
him as well, and I will have the torch lit. Do I see anything?
With the torch lit, no. The whole room looks like a regular room. The window is still open. And you can kind of hear the breeze, and you can hear the scratching that you saw outside coming through the window.
Can I close the window?
Oh, didn't you? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. So the window's
Okay.
closed.
I just needed to know if the thing ran out.
Yeah. So yeah, no. So it's an empty room. I mean, obviously there's a dead gnome on the bed, but other than that,
I'm gonna stare confused at everyone and go, I don't see anything. And I'm also gonna look at the cat and then the dead body and go, what'd you do?
You should know I didn't kill him because I wasn't done messing with him yet.
Alright, that's I'll leave it at that now for my turn. Ah,
all right.
wait.
Would I still be able to use the previous divine sense, or would I have to expend another use?
How long does it last?
It doesn't really say.
Let's take a look here. Divine Sense is an action you detect good until the end of your next turn. You can sense anything affected by the hallowed spell under location assist. Your field is not behind. No, you would have to use another one.
Okay. Then in this case, I guess I would Oh wait, I have to wait on my turn, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Sorry, guys. Go ahead.
No worries.
Wait,
Rin,
can I? Is there in 5e? Is there like a readying an action?
So you can ready an action. So what it does is it takes the place of your action, and then on a trigger before your next turn, it spends that action.
Okay, because I didn't act yet. Besides pulling out a torch and just walking, I will ready an action that if I get attacked by something, whatever they say, that I will attack back.
Okay.
If that's,
Sounds good.
If that's feasible.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly that's exactly what it's used for. Okay, so Rin, it is your turn. You have movement, so you can move a number of squares.
You get 35.
You have a bonus action, which are smaller actions like lighting a torch. And then you have a regular action, which could be attacking or casting a spell or anything along those lines.
What kind of spell would someone...
You don't have any spells.
Yeah, I don't have any spells, so I can't do that. I don't... You just went in there.
You could.
And saw nothing. I guess I could just move up the hallway, right?
Yep. You can.
We'll just do that.
And if Rin, it's easier for you on your under the looks like a notebook. There's a tab called combat actions.
Oh yeah.
And I wrote this out for you if you want to have that open. It's like a cheat
perfect.
sheet of some things you can do.
You can attack, grapple, shove, dodge.
You could come kind of in the hallway and just ready an action that if something was to attack, you can attack.
Yeah, I'll do that. We'll move up. Get ready. So what do I need to do?
Click your character.
I did.
Just drag.
To here? It didn't work. How do I get it to stay?
I might have to do it for you.
Oh.
Because the way the walls are built. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to move up the hallway a little bit.
Okay.
Not too far. Well, I didn't mean to go all the way up to the top. I just wanted to be right here, but it keeps. I can only go 35, right?
Yeah.
Is that about right?
Yep. So that was if you had gone here.
That's good, right? Oh yeah, that wasn't showing up on my thing.
You've gone 20 feet. You can go. You can get into the room with Severin. If you wanted to get in the room.
Will that help us at all?
Yeah. We're playing kind of fast and loose with your starting points. I'm less concerned about the total movement on the first turn.
I guess we'll go in the room.
Okay.
See if that helps out at all.
All right. Rin, so you push past Tyrus, who, interestingly enough, the pious holy man who ran out of the room. Everyone else is like, "Oh, this is cool. Let's go in the room where the Tabaxi got attacked by a shadow." But you make your way in the room, just like Severin saw. It is a perfectly normal room. Now cast in light, you see a table, you see a bed, you see a well lived in room. Nothing kind of special, and of course the dead gnome on the bed. And that's it. There's nothing else here.
You go.
Doesn't look like dead gnome storage.
No, that's the other room. It's just a pile of dead gnomes.
I want to go to that room.
Anything else, Rin, for your turn? There's nothing really to attack, but is there anything you'd like to do while you're in the room? So you could investigate. I'll tell you now, you're not going to learn anything new, but you could. Those are some things you could do, right? You could investigate. You
Right.
could, poke out the window. You could open the window. You could push Severin out the window. Any of those window-based actions are fine.
He went to the bathroom. We could push him out the window.
There you
No, we could look out the window, I guess, because he shut it. But the thing is still. It didn't leave though.
It's
The
not
shadow.
here. There's nothing here. It's just a
But it-
well-lit room.
But it didn't
Nothing
go
in
back
there
out.
but a beat the shit cat.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we can look out the window, see if there's anything else coming.
Yeah. So
towards
Rin,
us.
as you poke your head out the window, we'll say you go to the window and come back just for combat mechanics. You see a glowing light down below, almost where the back door would be. This is similar to what the other folks saw earlier. And you see that same creature clawing at crates and trying to see what's going on and dig into things and generally causing a huckus or ruckus. But that looks like an enemy. Let's put it that way. It's not like it's a random Joe Schmo.
Sure, that guy's a dick too.
Anything else on your turn?
No, I think we're gonna wait a minute, kind of
Okay.
gather myself.
Okay. Tyrus, right next to you, you feel the cold grip of nothing. Like your own shadow trying to choke you. 21 to hit.
21 to hit? Holy shit.
Can I cause my reaction?
It didn't attack you, and it's too far away.
Oh, okay. Kristen.
No, shit. Yeah, 21's a hit.
Oh, Jordan. I thought you were
7
gonna attack.
necrotic damage.
7?
7.
Ow. Do I adjust the hit points or do you?
You can do it. If you just click on your character sheet, just hit -7, and it'll decrease it automatically for you.
There we go.
There you go. In addition, take 1 point of strength damage. So your total strength score reduces by 1.
Damn it.
And you feel weaker, much
dick.
like you've aged, like the gnome on the bed. That'll be the end of the shadow's turn. Smoke, it's your turn.
From where I'm at, can I see that the shadow is there?
Yes, you can see him. He's in a well-lit corridor. It's hard to be a shadow in a well-lit corridor.
Is there any way for me to get behind him to flank him without, I don't know if there's opportunity attacks or if I can move through that like half square or...
You can move through an enemy, you just can't end in an enemy. And you only get opportunity attacks when you are what's what I'm looking for? When you leave the sphere of influence, not when you enter it. So you can cross through it without a problem.
I'm literally going to be putting myself into a corner, but I want to give him disadvantage. I will go to there, and with my rapier, I will try to attack.
Okay.
Let's see. That is... What's my to hit on that? Is it just plus dex?
Should be, yeah. Or strength. Whichever. If it's finesse, it's whichever's higher.
It's a finesse weapon, so that would be a 19 to hit.
19 hits. Go ahead and deal damage.
So that is a d8 plus 4. Where the heck's the d8? Sorry, new set of dice.
That's all good. Looks like 2 pyramids stacked on top of each other.
Yep. So that's 10 damage plus my sneak attack, which I gotta look up because he is at disadvantage. Is 1d6.
Well, he doesn't have disadvantage. You just have advantage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So no
you
sneak
still
attack.
get sneak
bonus.
attack.
Oh,
No, you
okay.
still get sneak attack. You get sneak attack anytime you have advantage, or there's an enemy, or I'm sorry, there's a friendly next to an enemy.
So I dealt 12 points total damage.
Okay. So that was an extra 2?
Yeah.
Okay. The shadow, despite looking almost perplexingly like you, looks worse for wear. Shadows can't bleed per se, but you can tell that it's kind of flickering in and out. Tyrus.
I'm gonna hit it with a hammer.
Hit it with a hammer. You can roll with advantage because it's distracted, having to go back and forth between smoke behind him and you in front of him.
All right. And my highest roll was a 16, plus 3 is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
All right. The hell's the damage on a... Where is that on here?
I had to open up my character sheet in D&D Beyond because I'm having trouble finding things on the.
It's laid out a little unintuitively.
All right. Where? Oh wait, your character sheet. There we go. Hang on 1 second. Sorry.
Take your time. Technology is new. Game format's new. It's all good.
All right. So it's a D8 plus 2.
D8 plus 2?
A D8 plus 2. Yeah, I'm using a warhammer.
Okay.
Don't forget your -1 to strength, just in case that plays into it.
Oh yeah, that does actually. So it'll be 5 on the die plus 1, not plus 2. So 6 points of just hammer damage.
All right. Your hammer comes down like with a shocking smite, despite the fact that you didn't actually use smite. And it resonates out. Your hammer slides gracefully through the shadow, eliminating it from existence. You are satisfied that you have just killed whatever was attacking you, leaving nothing behind but a small willowy, wispy trace of a shadow.
Flicker out of a shadow, pretty much.
Exactly.
Guys, I'm in the room here and I don't see anything wrong. What's going on?
I gotta imagine what Rin and Severin are thinking right now, because Tyrus and Smoke just got assaulted by a shadow, which are my second favorite characters in D&D, or enemies in D&D. And then there's nothing there. So the entire time, Rin and Severin are like, what the fuck are you doing? Because all of a sudden, like, you have this Tabaxi just smacking shit. Tyrus just laid death with a hammer on the wooden floor, and there's no evidence of it.
Wait till Zach corner. He's not even there yet.
Me and the cat are just looking at each other like, no, it was there. Yeah, we definitely just saw that. That definitely just happened.
We'll see, Zaven. Let's say you are over here where you are now, and you could have seen that whole thing transpire. At least you can be in their corner, so they're not completely outside.
I could.
I was to say, meanwhile, Bill's like, nah, I didn't see shit.
Exactly.
Good. So the with the shadow dispatched, there still lies the problem of the gnome laying dead in the bed. What would we like to do now? The patrons are starting to get a little concerned downstairs. You can hear hushed voices. The Bilbus, the bard from downstairs, is trying to keep everybody's attention and using his charm in order to keep them from exploring. He gets a sense something is up. He, as you know, Zaven, has experienced what the outside is like. And I think he is starting to put 2 and 2 together.
I'm going to proceed to go back down to the bartender and tell him, hey, you're in a very polite way of not causing panic, saying, I need in your kitchen because I need to go out back and deal with something.
We never closed the door, if I recall.
So I need to go deal with something in the kitchen because some creepy stuff's going on. Oh, by the way, there's a dead body upstairs.
Hold on, are you actually telling him about the dead body?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay, so Regmek the bartender, acknowledges he understands that there are some things that he, as a non-adventurer, should just stay out of, and he lets you into the back room. As you approach the back kitchen, the door's closed and locked. It's never open. But you recall from your brief stint upstairs, and including right now, that there is a light coming from downstairs. It takes a moment, and perhaps Rin is the one that points this out. It's the amulet, or one of the amulets that uh, Sparkle was holding had dropped out the window. That's what was causing that initial light. Pretty much anybody that looked outside from Sparkle's room could determine that. So I think that would be Tyrus, Shadow, Smoke and Rin. But Severin and Zaven, you're still under the original assumption that the door was left open.
Okay.
You said that was a gnome, the dead guy.
Yeah, he was a gnome.
Damn it, he's small. Never mind.
Why?
Okay.
I'd probably ask one of them to go spread the word about this guy's death while I begin giving him I can roll a knowledge religion, but if I know his religion, I'll do his last rites in his religion. But if I don't know them, I'll do them in mine.
You would know Lethanders. Like, Lethander is the god of light, so you would know, blanking him in light, putting a whole bunch of candles around, and then slowly sniffing each one out as if he was crossing from the mortal plane to Lethander's realm.
Then, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. All right, you receive his last rites. Tyrus, go ahead and add yourself an inspiration point onto your character sheet. These can be redeemed for rerolls, requesting to do cool shit, etc. I've even allowed them to get skills back that have been spent, depending on what the skill is and the condition. It's effectively a bartering piece if you want to do some cool ass shit.
Do I do that on Forge or on my character sheet?
If you do it in Forge, it'll flow over to your character sheet. Doesn't really matter.
I don't exactly know how to do that, but I'll figure it out.
If you from your character sheet, so let's click on Tyrus. Do they not have inspiration on here? This is weird. Oh no, do you see where it says death saves exhaustion? Then there's a little tick box for inspiration.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. There you go.
Nice.
All right.
Back downstairs with me.
Back downstairs.
I want to kill something.
You're in the back door. It is completely closed and locked, just as Regmet left it.
All right. Can we change the map or?
Yeah. Let's go ahead. Oops, nothing here. Hold on.
So, knowing from what we looked outside to where that ended up, that was definitely that's definitely the kitchen area.
Yes. Ignore the fact that the actual the the game map doesn't align to that. Just go with pretend for now.
No, it's fine. So, I'm in roughly.
Make believes in D&D.
And you guys should be able to on your own. You should see 3 tabs: New Morovia, in and in upstairs. You should be able to tab yourself between them now.
Okay.
Oh, sweet! I didn't know that.
Yep. I also put on Lethanders Landing if you want to see the graphic. Okay, so Severin, the door is locked and barred, windows covered. You can see a faint glowing coming from around the curtains, and this you can kind of put 2 and 2 together as the light you saw earlier.
So something's coming from outside.
Yeah.
Is anybody else coming with me? Before I go busting outside.
I suppose. But I'm not going first.
I wanted to try to get the patrons to safety without causing a ruckus. So upstairs, I'm going to recommend that Rin leave the room, and I will close it and lock it.
Okay.
So no one else accidentally comes in and finds the body.
Okay. All right, the door is locked.
Now I'm going to recommend to the others quietly, so that no one overhears, ideally, that we need to possibly get the bard performing downstairs to make an announcement to get everyone to their rooms for the evening.
And to take lights with them.
Anyone else have any thoughts on that?
Sorry, I was muted. Out of curiosity, what else did the paladin have on him?
He had a priest's kit or priest pack, the same one that you have. He has a few spell components, but nothing named, so nothing you need to bother carrying. Inside of his room, you see mostly a schedule of town watch, schedule of night watch, day watch, schedule of shipments coming in, schedule of shipments going out. It looks like he's consumed by his work. No
Don't worry,
personal
we'll
diary or
full
anything along
search.
those lines. What's that?
I said, don't worry, Jordan. We'll be doing a full search.
All right, then maybe suggest a short rest, get some hit points back, and I think that's an hour long, isn't it?
At least an hour. Yep.
I don't know if we have time with that thing
There's
clawing around
something
outside.
outside, I was going to say.
If you need whoever needs hit points more, I can heal somebody.
Well, me and Evan are both down.
Who has the least?
Per capita, Jordan, I think. I actually only have 6.
All right.
But
between me going from upstairs to the kitchen, can I cast Cure Wounds?
Yep. On which one?
On Jordan.
Go ahead.
All right. Cast the spell. So wait.
Hey, John, my character sheet is different than my actual character sheet. It's like my updates did not copy over to the Forge.
Hang on a second.
Because I'm seeing here that it's showing different spells than what I actually like. I changed the spells out.
Oh, hang on a second. I can re-import.
So let me go. Hold on.
I have this one is showing me as having light, which I wish I had kept, but I didn't.
Is this better?
Let me pull it up here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jordan,
Yeah.
you want to know because it's you?
Pardon me? Sorry.
Because it's you. I rolled a frickin' 1.
Oh, boy.
So you get 5 hit points back, though.
So...
Did you say 5 total?
Yeah.
Oh, it did. Wish I kept light.
All right.
Yeah. So as you go down, Zaven, are you helping? Like, are you kind of passing on the message to the bard, or is Severin you doing that by yourself?
I'll let Bill take that role.
Well, I was actually following Severin to the back door, I thought.
Yeah. Severin had mentioned that on his way down, he wanted to kind of like mention to the bard to get everybody upstairs, right?
Well, that was.
I was going to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, you were going to do that. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry.
So.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, if Severin and Zaven are in the back door, Smoke, you're able to get the bard to kind of, without much, getting everybody upstairs. In the process, I need you to hang on a second. As he begins his song, Smoke, you feel something just kind of come over you. Heal yourself for 4 hit points.
That puts me back up to full.
There you go. It doesn't take much, but you get the sense that the bard, before playing his charm to get everybody upstairs, cast Healing Word on you to bring you back. So now
is that
Tyrius
an area effect, or is that just
I don't have to.
Single creature?
Anybody that
Sorry.
can hear it.
Yeah, a creature of your choice that you can see within range regains hit points. It's the only ranged heal. Well, one of the only ranged heals.
Huh.
I'm going to nod at him respectfully without really calling attention to it and bow my head.
Yep. He
How much does that heal for?
It's D4 plus your spellcasting modifier. So I arbitrarily said it was spellcasting mod 3, and I rolled a 1. So
That's all I needed.
yeah, so it worked.
Same here. I'm back at full.
Good. So the patrons begin to make their way upstairs. They're kind of hushed tones, but the charm is working, and they feel what's the word I'm looking for? Like they feel content. Like it's time for bed. Like
I would reiterate
the bard is like a
that
lullaby.
they should sleep with lights on.
The bard is playing a song called "The Light of the Night," and then like as he's singing, he's like, "And keep your bed lights on." Do 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 do. Try not to get destroyed by shadows. Like it's one of those like if you're not under the effect of the charm, it sounds really obvious. But
Playing Inner
because
Sandman, that's what we was playing.
yeah, exactly. He actually pulls out like an electric guitar, which nobody seems amused by there's the fact that it's an electric guitar. But
Wait a minute.
You just cast Call Lightning on the end of the cord. That's all.
Bill,
oh my
he's
god,
so
yeah,
much
you're
cooler
right.
than you.
But
Not
the
for
bar
long.
the bar is emptying, and Regmech is cleaning up the bar for the evening, leaving all the lights in the basement on or in the ground floor on as expected. So this brings us. Are we all going into the back kitchen with Severin and Zaven, or are we
Yes.
splitting the party?
I am.
Okay.
Don't split the party.
So you all make your way into the back. Who's going to be the one that actually opens the door?
Oh, me.
That's what I need to find out. All right. Chris, I'm giving you a bardic inspiration.
Yes. What's that do?
That's a see here. You get 1d6 for 10 minutes. You can add it to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. It can be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome.
All right. Can I, knowing something's out there, can I ready an attack that as soon as I push open the door, I can attack it?
You can do that.
I'm going to do that.
All right.
Enjoy.
He's gonna
So-
kill a barmaid.
What's that?
He's gonna kill a barmaid.
Probably. So, Severin,
Yes.
you open the door.
Okay.
You push the door open. Well, first you unlock it, and that takes a couple minutes of time. And you make your way outside. Let's go ahead and activate this. And Severin, you're confronted by this monstrosity in front of you.
I was hoping
Standing.
to shoot
Good.
it from the doorway.
Is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah, because then if it comes at
Okay.
me, I was going to close the door.
Okay, go ahead and shoot it from the doorway. I can't put you in here because then it hides yourself from the map. You won't be able to see it.
All right.
So pretend you're in the doorway for this shot. Same for smoke.
All right. Ranged attack.
And Steven, I
18.
want to add you here just so you can see what's going on.
Wait, Bill.
'Cause,
What,
Is there any light? I do not have dark vision.
I
Only
still
what
have
you
my
see.
torch.
Okay.
Yeah. So Severin, let's make sure that your torch is turned on in. Oh no, it's not. 60/60. Light color is going to be white. Animation is torch. Update token. There you go.
Thank you.
That's probably a little bit too bright.
Quick
but
question.
Sure.
When the bard healed me, did that negate the 1 point of strength, or is that permanent?
That's permanent until you sleep.
Okay. Not that I really use strength too much, but need to know.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So, first off, Bill, what's your bardic inspiration do again?
You get to add a d6 to a ability check, attack roll, or saving throw in the next 10 minutes. You can only do it once, obviously, and you have to decide to add that before knowing the outcome. You can do it after you roll, but before knowing the outcome, whether you hit, whether you make your save, or whether ability check.
Okay, but it can't go to the damage though.
No,
Okay.
not for damage.
No.
Well, like ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws, that kind of thing.
Yep.
All right. So basically, I'm gonna whip the door open. When I see it
Okay.
there, I'm gonna chuck an Eldritch Blast right at it. Like, here, have this. And so I got an 18 on to hit.
18 to hit. That hits.
So all right, and 1d10. Give me good damage. Ooh, 9 points of damage.
What kind of damage?
Eldritch Blast, whatever magical, force damage.
Force damage. Go ahead and make sure. Okay, wow. It that 9 points is enough to send it back, pushed over the crate it was strangling forwards. It has now made direct eye contact at you. It is completely surprised, so we can go ahead and roll for initiative. However, it looks almost entirely dead at this point. So let's go ahead and roll initiative. Start.
No active. I was gonna say.
Yeah, I had to start it.
Like
All right.
hollering at me.
But yeah, you're.
Let me get everybody out. For all intents and purposes, you guys are inside the room still. I just don't have like a hybrid inside-outside map, so you know, you can proceed with caution.
My thing doesn't come up where I can hit dice.
What'd you say?
I can't roll initiative on the side.
Did you right click
on your character and click the? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh.
No, Bill. Go ahead.
Yeah, right click on your
Right-click and then
character
hit
and
the
click the
shield.
shield. Yeah, sword and shield. Then you should see it.
Yeah. And I keep my sidebar minimized because I can see your screen here. It just gives me more space. That might... All right. Oh, wow. You all rolled absolutely terribly.
Yes.
I didn't.
Actually, I rolled pretty good for what I know. You're right. I did.
Jordan, you there?
Severin got a 23 and everybody else was sub 10. I think Jordan had to step away, so I can roll him in for now.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just kind of indisposed. How do I roll this on?
John already did it for you.
I took care of it for you. I didn't know you. I thought you were taking care of your daughter.
Yes and no.
No, you're good. You're good, sir. So
She's 4. She's slightly self-sufficient, but not fully self-sufficient.
I understand. All right. So, Rin, it's your turn.
Wait, so that first attack was my attack?
Yeah.
Okay. So, technically you're on the inside of the tavern.
Yep, so you have to spend 10 feet of movement to get outside. We'll just keep that standard for everybody.
So, to get to the part you're at right now, you have to, in essence, move 10 feet, and you can move max 30 feet, 35.
So I can just go.
Yes. Or you can
Yeah.
stay where you are, but you can...
Yeah. You can move, like, if you move to either of these two squares, you can make a melee attack, but if you would like to use a ranged attack, you stay where you are.
Yeah. So if you'd like to use range.
What on my thing?
So go to your.
Wait a minute. I gotta research my.
So, is that what you'd like?
I'm like lost on Forge. I'm looking at like blackness. Is that what I should be looking at?
If I.
You might need to reposition your screen because most of it is black, but then there should be a lit up part.
Yeah, just right click and drag around.
Okay. Sorry, I had to research my.
What
would be better? Okay, I think I'm going to just attack from where I am.
With the bow.
With the bow.
We go back to this.
Okay.
Click that.
On this.
Yes.
Oh, click it.
Oh, nice hit.
So that was good.
Tell them what it is.
All right,
I got a 19.
19 is enough to hit, so you pull back your bow, you let loose an arrow. Go ahead and roll for damage.
And then you click that.
Oh. That's 7. That's it's an 11.
Because it's 7 plus.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I rolled an 11.
You rolled an 11 damage.
Yes.
All right, you pull back your bow. Rin, Kristen, how do you want to do this as your bow kills this creature?
Her first kill.
Yeah.
Now what do I do?
Tell me how you do it. How do you kill it? What does it look like? Own the murder you just caused.
Straight through it. Well, we don't know what it looks like. It's just a creature, right?
If you zoom in, you can kind of see what it looks like.
Think about the race from Lord of the Rings.
Wait, I can't zoom in. Okay, there you go. Oh, let's see. How about I pierced it whenever I hit through its, I guess through its like chest.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Okay. So it's undead.
Right.
Your arrow goes right through its chest. Instead of having blood burst out, it's just splinters of bone as it crumbles underneath your arrow into a messy pile on top of the crate.
Like confetti.
Like confetti.
Confetti.
Like funfetti, the weirdest kind of fetty.
Yes.
The creature is dead. And for a moment, there is peace.
Do we cheer quietly? Just for a moment, though, because now, what's up next?
All right. Hang on a second.
Ah.
However, hang on.
Uh-huh.
3 more creatures appear down the hallway. Rin, you're the first to notice it, followed by Tyrus. You see these 3 creatures off on the side, down this alleyway. They're coming for you. They heard the damage, and almost like they are programmed to this spot. They make a beeline straight forward for you.
Because I killed it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all because of you. Good job.
All because of you.
Shit. I hope someone can help me out here.
Hang on one quick second.
The sound your asshole makes is.
Oh my gosh.
Does that help?
Okay.
I feel like that's helpful.
Yeah, I think that was helpful.
Are these shadow creatures or undead creatures?
These are undead. They're very obviously undead. You don't need to make any sort of like spell to figure that one out. So they fly. They're actually not walking. They have 40 feet. So can it get to? It can get to Rin, and it does. So it gets to Rin.
That's what you said because you were talking, Chris. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
what happened?
Somebody over here was talking. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, it's okay. The indentured servant reaches this new one reaches out. It's like horrifying bone claws, just like the ones you shattered. It looks at you, and then it just claws at you, and it says in Common, which is a language common to Morovia, but not so common here, at least so you thought. And it says, "You are in my home," and it attacks you.
Great. That's great.
17 to hit.
What do I need to... Wait.
With
This
your
one.
AC.
This?
Yeah.
And my armor's 16. What do I need to do?
It's a hit.
Oh, damn.
That's a hit. All right.
Great.
Rin.
Yep.
It scratches down the front, ripping your armor as it goes, dealing you
annihilated.
10 necrotic damage as the cold just hits the deep core of your body. Your breath becomes visible despite being in a tropical area. It's frigid. It's freezing. Almost the only thing you can think about is the cold.
Okay.
Saven, it's your turn.
Not sure it'll work on it, but I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Dissonant Whispers, okay.
And if I can figure out how to do that.
So that went right past Smoke, Zavon, and Sauron?
No, the indentured spear went just right past you, but because it never left your attack, you don't get an attack of opportunity.
Did I do that?
What's up?
How do I do it?
Oh, how to make your attack?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull up your character sheet.
Spell, right?
So if you click on Dissonant Whispers,
Yep, I did
it just
that.
tells you what to do. Yep.
It popped up. It said to do that. So if I click cast spell, do I have to click on it for?
I think you have to click on the actual picture to get to the D20. It says you have no available spell slots, but that's probably because you've tried to click on it a couple of times.
I did it twice here.
So it says here, a whisper of discordant melody that only one creature of your choice within range can hear, racking it with terrible pain. The target must make a wisdom saving throw, so that's me.
Right.
So I'll go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. Where's my metal dice? I usually win with those.
Don't use those.
All right. I'll use this other set that I bought.
I say you could actually use your dice there if you want.
Yeah, if you prefer, I don't care where you roll. Like if you prefer on paper, that's great. Just don't lie and don't make up numbers. Like, but if you want to roll dice, digital, I really don't care. 11. It'll be your spell save.
Spell
DC.
save DC is 14.
Then I fail. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay. That's 3d6. See how well these electronic dice
3d6.
at this level. It goes up later.
Jeez.
3,
Halfway to an F-ball.
roll. 14.
14 psychic damage.
14 psychic damage, and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Okay.
Rebuke undead, basically.
Yep. And how much damage? I'm sorry, one more time.
14.
14. It begins to move away, but like it gets only 5 feet away before it is completely destroyed. It makes a cackling sound as if it's remembering a horrifying a memory from a lifetime ago, and it too dies.
Wait.
Wait, you could kill them too? Oh wow.
Yeah. All right.
As
Smoke.
a bonus action,
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I'm going to use another one of my Bardic Inspirations on Rin, who is rather damaged there, in case she needs to make a save.
Okay. Rin, you are inspired bardically.
She went up to the bathroom, so sorry.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I was actually going to... Here, I'll put a little magic shield on it. Since we have a couple of minutes, why don't we take maybe a 5-minute break, because I have to use the bathroom as well, and then we'll rejoin with what's left in this courtyard.
All right.
That's cool. And I apologize, everyone, for my
It worked
dog.
very well for me,
Keeps
thank you.
barking like that.
So I'm gonna go over
5
the
minutes.
history,
Gotcha.
and we're gonna hit be right back. All right.
All right, and we're out.
Be back.
All right. As you could tell by the previous statement from the previous panel, as well as the tone of my voice and the tone of that trombone slowly loading down, that we had some technical difficulties within the stream. For some reason, it decided not to record any of the video or any of the audio. So I'm going to do a little bit of a voiceover here and try and do a quick aspect of what's going on, as well as I'm going to speed the video up. So the last roughly about hour is going to be sped up, so that everyone sitting here doesn't have to kind of try and half read our lips in the bottom right corner. So again, I do apologize going forward. Hopefully none of this will happen again. I am recording these from a live stream, so I do apologize. So please bear with me. Hopefully it'll be taken care of. But without further ado, I'm going to proceed with fast forwarding the video, as well as kind of explaining what's going on from what I remember. So, thank you, and please stay tuned. Alright, again, I do apologize for the mayhem that has been caused by the technical difficulties. Put a little bit of overlay music, so you're just not hearing me babble on and kind of think and remember what's going on. So at this current point, we defeated those two indentured spirits, and down towards the left there, we noticed a lot more of them in that vicinity. So I think Jordan, Tyrus, our paladin, is kind of making way that way to kind of attack them. I believe at that moment he pulls a javelin out to kind of lob it at them. I do believe he does some damage to the one, but I know that they kind of make it in close to us. You can see that Rin is still damaged. This is my triumphant spot. This is where I make the case that I'm the best player on the planet. I decided to kind of make way towards the other two guys, and that first one there that the marker's on, I think is the one that Tyrus threw the javelin at. I decide that I'm going to throw an Eldritch Blast at it. I'm not sure. I think I might have missed, because this is where my epic downfall comes. As you see below me, there is a shadow that came out of nowhere to attack me, and then the indentured spirit is above me and next to Tyrus, and then the other one kind of moves in right there, just to make this a grand old time. It's me looking, because I took damage. Took exactly 11 hit points of damage, knocking me unconscious. That shows you how great I am as a player. So, as you can tell, I have a skull over me. I tried doing that whole warlock aspect of running in, because I think I'm a hard ass with a big scythe, but meanwhile I'm still in the earlier stages of everything and I'm kind of squishy. So I do have full-on plans to kind of make myself more impenetrable and make it harder to hit me, so that I could be more of a frontline spellcaster, in essence. In 3.5 terms, they would be called battle mages. I'm not sure if 5e still has them, but yeah. Anyway, regardless, at this moment, I believe that it was either Jordan or Bill, either Tyrus or Zavin there, pointing at me and using some spell to give me some kind of a hit points back. But what's nice, and continue, is in D&D, you can attack while on the ground without any pertinent damage to yourself or anything like that. So I believe at that point I was kind of flailing around, kind of like a maniac on the ground, swinging and attacking anything I could. I don't think I did very well in that aspect. So, but yeah, I was down. Something ended up scaring the shadow away. At one point, I believe it's coming up very soon that it moves away. Yeah. As you can see over on the right there, there's another shadow right next to Evan, who's at all the way right there. Smoke the cat. I think he attacks it. Kristen ends up being the one that kills it, Rin, by shooting the arrow, or one of her arrows through it. So, one thing to keep in mind, these items aren't magical at the moment, per se. So they're, yeah, they only do like partial damage or half damage. I forget how 5e works compared to 3.5. Regardless, it wasn't that grand of an ordeal there. So, but we kind of etched away at them and chipped away at them. Kristen ended up killing another one right below me, I believe it was, by shooting it. So she did me a solid favor there by saving me. So I remember once this was all said and done, I kind of jumped up like, I got this, I'm fine. Even though my body is broken and whatnot, and I'm kind of like twitching. So somebody got lucky and did like max damage on me. So I promise you all, in the future, I will not be this lame. Okay, I can't promise that, because that's the cool aspect about Dungeons and Dragons. The dice tell you if you're lame or not. So, but yeah. Anyway, to continue. The last thing left was the indentured servant right there, and Evan runs over and sticks his rapier in its eye socket and kind of like swooshes it around, saying, "Here, you're gonna die," and he ends up killing it. So, and the day is saved. Well, the night is saved. We're kind of finishing up. I remember at one point we were trying to turn around and walk back in, but the dwarven barkeep there decided to close and lock the door behind us. Like, yeah, thanks, guy. most of us are almost dead here, and you won't let us back in. So he, anyway, after a good bit, he decided to let us in, and we were able to heal up and kind of save ourselves. So that's kind of how that battle went. It was epic on a lot of behalfs. I was failing a lot, which, see, for everybody who's new to Dungeons and Dragons, and even you seasoned veterans watching this, I can guarantee you, don't be so strict with the dice rolls. If you roll 1 or if you roll low, live with it, because it makes this so much fun. 9 times out of 10, your dungeon master is really not going to kill or decimate your character. If you're stuck with it, they'll work something around, unless it's some hardcore role player who, once you're dead, go start a new character. I don't care if you're 19th level. But that kind of takes the fun out of it. As John said multiple times, DM's true job is to, in essence, tell the story, and he plays everyone else in said story, and you just play your character in that part of the story. So you don't want to, as DM, kill it for everyone. So just enjoy how the dice roll, play along with it. Jordan, Tyrus Hammerfall there, he's one of the few people that are really keen and big with that kind of aspect. He's really notorious for rolling 1s, and it's all legit. And I feel bad, because a lot of times in my campaigns where I had him, he would just die. It was a shame, but still, it kind of makes the whole game fun. So just knowing and loving when that kind of epic fails happen. So, but as you see, we're back in the bar. We're back upstairs on this one. We go in. We're in essence checking the body and all. I think we're helping to take the body downstairs to dispose of it properly. So right now we're investigating some more, kind of seeing where things led and all. So we were kind of calling it quits roughly around this part. We're talking about for the next session on what to do. So which you will all find out hopefully within the next section. So again, thank you for watching. I do apologize for the technical difficulties.